This is the Compare the Market Iceberg. Me and Starmus thought it was about time to stop milking the fuck out of the Monkey and Owl Iceberg series and start a new Iceberg series. So pretty much we're making the Compare the Market Iceberg series now. And yeah, let's get into it. So sit back, grab some snacks, enjoy, and we're gonna get into it now. So yeah.
Alexander and Sergey. This entry is referring to the two main mascots of Compare the Market, Alexander and Sergey, both meerkats, and they just run around with stupid stuff in every single advert. Compare the Market. This entry is referring to the company behind the Compare the Market ads with Alexander and Sergey starring in them. Compare the Market offers many types of insurance, such as home insurance, travel insurance, pet insurance, car insurance, van insurance, and motorbike insurance, landlord insurance. There's a lot more than that I could list off, but that's just a few. Meerkat movies. This entry is referring to a deal that Compare the Market offers, where if you buy literally any of their services, you will get Meerkat movies for free. And yeah, as long as you subscribe to their services, you can have that for as long as you want. And every Thursday and Wednesday you get 2-for-1 cinema tickets with this, so yeah, it's pretty nice. Compare the Meerkat. This entry is referring to the in-universe only company Compare the Meerkat, founded by Alexander Orlov, the main meerkat mascot of Compare the Market, and he founded a website where you compare pictures of meerkats. As stupid as that sounds, yeah, that's actually a thing in the ads. Sergey is stupid. This entry is referring to the fact that Sergey is just a bit stupid in the head. I mean, in some of the ads you see him trying to drive and he just sits there on his little recliner, just sleeping, and like, yeah, he's just stupid. Simples and don't want batty, meerkatty. This entry is referring to the two main slogans of Compare the Market. Don't want batty, meerkatty, referring to Call the Wombat always causing trouble near every meerkat, literally ever, but usually just Alexander and Sergey. And the other one, Simples, is just something that Alexander always says. Meerkat soft toys. This entry is referring to the free meerkat soft toys you could get by getting any sort of insurance that Compare the Market has to offer. And honestly, it's a pretty good deal because you'd be getting meerkat movies and whichever one of these were available at the time. And yeah, it's pretty good because there was a huge collection of them you could get, and you can still find them on places like eBay or that business. There was an Alexander one, there was a Sergey one, there was a Yakov one, there was a Vasily one, there was a Maya one, there was an Oleg one. Yeah, there was loads of others, but I forgot half of them, and yeah, they were pretty good.
Also Sergey. So this entry is referring to that Sergey created Auto Sergey, a robot version of himself. And pretty much Sergey did that because he wants more people to be better off when they try and make it simples. And what like Auto Sergey actually does is he can do things like bring you personalised cars and just give you, well, deals on your energy bills or just bills in general to make everything more simpler. And like, yeah. So if he thinks that you're paying like too much for a bill, then pretty much he would be like, I found you a better energy bill. Would you like to switch to a new one and a better one? So yeah, unreleased wombat soft toy. So this entry is talking about unreleased wombat plushie, which is a character from the Compare the Market adverts, I mean, he's fairly new. I mean, he was introduced in like 2023, so like only 2 years ago. But anyways, there is actually a plush of him. You can see him in some of the Compare the Market shorts that are actually uploaded on YouTube on their official account. And someone in the comment section said something like, are you gonna release the Wombat plush? And Compare the Market actually replied, and they said they weren't planning on doing it so far, but they'll take the comments into consideration. So I really hope that they actually make the plush, like people can actually buy the plush, because I don't see why not, because it's pretty much a win-win for all, because it's an heavy plush, it looks heavy, and also that's a massive fucking cash grab. You can get loads of money out of that. It's a new plush. I don't get it. Parade the Musical. This entry is referring to an advert called Parade the Musical, and pretty much what it is, it's an advert advertising Meerkat movies, and pretty much it's a musical, and it has a lot of references to a lot of movies. You can see E.T. in the background. You can see E.T. in the car in the background, and also you can see the Goosebumps car. So you can see a lot of just stuff to do with movies and movie references. I like to. This is kind of like Monk, like the Compare the Market version of. What I mean by that is Music Must Hero, or Music Must, or whatever you want to call it, from the PG Tips one of the PG Tips adverts containing Monkey now. So anyways, so back on topic. This video is absolute tunes. This art is absolute tunes. So I'm gonna play with sound now. Okay.
Sergey, it's Tuesday, yes? You know what that means? It means lights, camera, acting. What's happening? Let's go and see a film with Meerkat Movies. It's one whole year of films with Meerkat Movies. 12 months, 4 seasons. The deal is all year long. We can go every week with Meerkat Movies. It's 2 for 1 on films with Meerkat Movies. 12 months, 4 seasons. The deal is all year long. We can see spy ones.
Only sci-fi ones!
Girl meets a guy.
Oh, bromance!
Princesses, Spartans, car chasers, Martians.
Grizzly horror?
No chance. Let's go and see a film with Meerkat Movies. It's 2 for 1 on film with Meerkat Movies. 12 months.
4 seasons!
The deal is all year long. It's a musical. I hate musicals. A whole year of 2 for 1 cinema tickets only for customers of Compare the Market. Simples.
The Meerkats have a mansion. So this entry is referring to that Alexander and Sergey have a mansion. It's pretty big, and that obviously implies that they're pretty rich, but they're still not as rich as one of their neighbours, which is an entry later in this Iceberg, so I won't talk about that now. But anyways, they do have a mansion, so that's pretty much that entry for you. The other Meerkats. So this entry is referring to more meerkats, well, the other meerkats, and these meerkats are pretty much the side characters of Compare the Market adverts, because, well, obviously, I think we all know who the main characters are, Sergey and Alexander, so I'll just name the other meerkats now. So we have Oleg, Yakov, Bogdan, Maya, and Vasily. So that's all the other meerkats. Meerkat soft toy song. So this entry is referring to a video, to compare the market advert of Alexander and Sergey singing a song about the meerkat plushies. So I'll just play the advert with sound now.
Alexander and Sergey,
Bogdan, Maya, and Vasily,
Yakov and Alexander again.
and Sergey.
To collect meerkat toys, buy or renew insurance or get credit card, so compare the market.com.
Sergey can't drive. This entry is referring to an advert of Sergey trying to drive to get to the cinemas in time, because if he doesn't go 9.3 miles per hour, then he won't have time for snacks. So he goes really fast, and he's really shit at driving. I mean, look at all the stuff that's fucking fallen. You can see it on screen right now. Like, who even does that? How do you even go that fast? So that pretty much implies that Sergey, he's pretty shit at driving, and do not let him in front of the wheel. So yeah, anyways, I'm gonna play the advert with sound now.
Sergey, what's the rush?
I'm taking you to the cinema. To make it, we have to keep above 49.3 miles per hour.
And if we don't?
We won't have time for snacks.
Drive, Sergey! Adverts? We could have taken it easy. Take a friend to the cinema with 2-for-1 tickets for Meerkat movies. Only when you buy, so compare the market.com.
Meerkat meals. This entry is referring to another service that you could get by subscribing to any service that Compare the Market offers that would let you get 50% off any pizza restaurant like Papa John's, Pizza Hut or Domino's. Meerkats go to Blackpool. This entry is referring to a series of Coronation sponsored adverts made by Compare the Market advertising the Meerkat soft toys that were released at the time when you subscribed to any one of their services, and it just showed all the meerkats going to Blackpool. Meerkat meet Shaun the Sheep. This entry is referring to a Meerkat Movies advert where it shows the meerkats Alexander, Ayana and Oleg going down to Cineworld to watch the brand new Shaun the Sheep movie Farmageddon. At the time of recording this, it's not brand new, but at the time it would have been. And in the ad they meet the alien from the movie whose name I forgot, and Shaun the Sheep. Radio ads. This entry is referring to a series of adverts that are mostly exclusive to the radio, in a car or just a normal radio, of Meerkat Market, Meerkat Movies and Meerkat Meals, and usually they centre around Carla Wombat just doing stupid stuff with the meerkats. Sergey's new laptop. This entry is referring to an ad where it shows Sergey struggling to do his work, so Alexander brings him into his office and looks like Sergey thinks he's going to get sacked, but Alexander actually just gives him, as he'd put it, a brand new laptop and a bob. Coronation Street sponsors. This entry is referring to how most Meerkat Market adverts from around the early to mid 2010s were usually sponsoring Coronation Street, and they also ended the sponsorship in 2020. Titanic advert. This entry is referring to a Meerkat Movies advert that shows Alexander and Sergey on a boat. Alexander almost chokes on a live lobster, which is a bit weird, but yeah, he almost chokes on it, and Sergey tries saving him. He does, and then it's eventually a reference to Titanic. Returning Oleg. This entry is referring to a Meerkat Market advert promoting the African Oleg soft toy where he's wearing zebra stripes on his clothes, and the actual ad itself shows Alexander and Sergey having to return Oleg back to his home in Africa.
Meerkats Not Possums, the mini-movie. This entry is referring to a mini-movie called Meerkats Not Possums, and it has Alexander and Sergey in it, and pretty much what happens is pest control, a guy comes thinking the possums, and pretty much he wants to capture the meerkats because he thinks they're possums. I just said that just then. And pretty much what happens is the guy chases them, and then the meerkats have to run, and they ran so far they just lost them, and they ran so far they ended up in they ended up in the middle of nowhere, and they didn't even know where the fuck they was. So they found the car, and that's pretty much how they got back home. So yeah. Anyways, here it is with sound.
Just as I thought. Possums.
Possums? Where? Run! We're meerkats, not possums. Just compare us.
Possums hide in the roof making big racket. Meerkats help you save money. Quick, he's coming. Which way, Sergey?
No idea. Just keep running.
I think we lost him.
I think we lost ours.
Silly possum catcher. He's obviously a meerkat. If only he'd compared. Possums have 5 toes. Meerkats have 4. Possum native to Australia. Meerkat arrive on working holiday. Possums eat out of bin. Meerkats like fine dining. Lamingtons. Possums do nothing all day. Well, meerkat helps save you money. Sergey, is this the end?
No, it's just cliffhanger. Look, car! Stop!
No, Sergey, this one. We go home in style.
Okay.
Hello, possums!
We are meerkats. Sergey, who is this?
I think it's Priscilla, Queen of Desert.
You're delirious, darlings. I'm Dame Edna, international icon, Australian national treasure, and savior of little possums.
Meerkat! Whatever you do, it pays to compare. Simples.
Sergey has headphones. So this entry is referring to, in this Compare the Market 2011 ad, you can actually see Sergey, he has headphones while he's on the plane. So I'll just play the advert now that features Sergey with his headphones on. So yeah.
Anything from the trolley, madam? Thank you. Anything from the trolley, sir?
Susie Dixon! Congratulations on buying home insurance through comparethemarket.com. Here is your very own Yakov toy. Sergey.
Oh, well done!
Sergey!
What?
To get exclusive meerkat toy, buy insurance through comparethemarket.com. Simples.
Miyako. So Miyako is referring to the town all the meerkats live in the Compare the Market adverts. And I used to think that this town was fictional. Apparently it is like a real town in Russia, apparently, but I'm still not too quite sure, but it could be. So yeah, and it's pretty much just where all the meerkats live. And also, I think we know why it's called Miyako. I mean, there's a hidden joke in it. I mean, it's not really hidden, but it's that the Mia bit is referring to meerkats. So he was like, oh, you know what? Let's make them live in Miyako. I think you get it. I think you get the joke. Sergey gets arrested. So this entry is referring to in the first Compare the Market advert featuring Wombat. Pretty much what happens is Wombat gives Sergey a frog that he has in his purse for some reason, and obviously you're not allowed frogs at the airport, so he gets arrested. But why does Sergey get arrested? I know he was the one, well, with the frog, but it was originally Wombats and he just gave it to Sergey, so come on, that's a bit bad on Sergey. You think you should be arresting Wombat, but yeah, whatever, that's the end of that entry. The meerkats do Christmas caroling. So this entry is referring to in one of the Compare the Market adverts that was like one of the sponsorship adverts with Coronation Street. All the meerkats were singing a Christmas song and he was doing Christmas caroling, so that obviously implies that the meerkats do Christmas caroling. So yeah, and I'm gonna play the advert with sound now because it's only like 10 seconds long and it's very quick, so I'll just play it with sound now because why not. So yeah.
Deck the halls with boughs of holly. Fa la 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 la. 'Tis the season to be jolly. Fa la 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 la.
Macaulay Culkin's advert. So this entry is referring to a 2016 Meerkat Movies ad that features Macaulay Culkin's, which is pretty much the person who plays Kevin in Home Alone 1 and 2. And he's pretty much in this advert because he's someone who's been in movies, and this is Meerkat Movies, so that's pretty much why he's in the advert. And I'll just play the advert with Sam now, so yeah.
There's nothing like a family road trip.
But we don't have a family.
That's why I invite child star Macaulay Culkin to complete the family dynamic. Can I help you?
It's me, Macaulay.
He's a lot bigger in real life.
Wow, look, Macaulay. Whee! Bouncy bounce, Macaulay.
Oh, you monkey bump.
Oh, it's so cute.
Have fun, kids.
Take your little one or anyone to the cinema with 2-for-1 tickets for Meerkat Movies. Only when you buy, so compare the market.com.
Hollywood adverts. So this entry is referring to a group of adverts made by Compare the Market, where like Alexander and Sergey would just go up to like loads of like celebrities and stars from Hollywood, or like Hollywood stars, and all of them like play in a lot of movies, and they advertise for but you know what I mean, that's why they're in adverts for Meerkat Movies, because they've been in movies, so it only makes sense, don't it? So that's that entry. Meerkat books. So this entry is referring to books of the meerkats, and most of them are called Meerkat Tales, and pretty much the cover of it, like each one has a different meerkat on the cover. So I think what happens is like they tell you information about each meerkat and loads of info about them just in the book. So yeah, Meerkats Universe's supervillains. So this entry is referring to a Compare the Market advert, and pretty much it's with all these weird little supervillains, and they're pretty much like Alexander wants them to like try and like help people with like insurance, because that's what he does, and he's trying to come up with ideas, and all the supervillains don't really know what the fuck they're doing, so they pretty much just say loads of fucking evil ass shit, and yeah. So this entry is referring to an advert, like a Coronation Street sponsor advert, and pretty much what happens is Alexander goes to a really wrecked place and he says, "What happened here?" And pretty much Zombie Sergey, well that's what I like to call him, kinda, well, just scares the fuck out of Alexander, and Alexander kinda shoots himself. So I'll show you the advert with sound now.
Sergey? Sergey? What happened here?
Zombie.
Sick Sergey. This entry is referring to the Compare the Market advert that goes by the name of Sick Sergey, and it shows Sergey, one of the main meerkats, very, very ill. Just because people were going on Compare the Meerkat for car insurance, even though they should have been going on Compare the Market. Also Sergey's 2025 return. This entry is referring to the fact that also Sergey, another one of the mascots themed around one of the main meerkats, Sergey, his adverts were off the air for about maybe 5 years, and then only early 2025, maybe 2 months ago, as of recording this, he made a comeback. So yeah, it was pretty cool to see. Alexander knows other mascots. This entry is referring to the fact that on the 20th of February of 2009, Comic Relief released a promotional video showing loads of different ad mascots all around, mostly from the UK, talking in one room, all talking about how they can raise money for Comic Relief. And in one of the clips in the ad, you can actually see Alexander on a telly, which is definitive proof that Alexander knows other advert mascots. Meerkat Mondays. This entry is referring to another service called Meerkat Mondays that you get by getting any sort of Compare the Market insurance, and with Meerkat Mondays you could get any dead expensive prize every week on a Monday. Alexander is a puppeteer. This entry is referring to an advert that shows Alexander messing around with some puppets in an advert, which just proves that he's a pretty good puppeteer because he's controlling both of them at once on a professional level. Sergey bloopers. This entry is referring to a pretty long video, longer than your usual ad, and this wasn't really an ad, it was just a random video on the Compare the Market channel, and it just shows Sergey messing up all his lines in every single ad possible. 2022 Annie the Hero parody. This entry is to refer to a parody of the famous song Annie the Hero that has been appeared in many movies, shows, adverts, etc. in recent times. And in 2022, Meerkat Meals done a collaboration advert with Nero Cafe, and in the ad, the song in the background was a parody of Annie the Hero.
Jingles. This entry is referring to Compare the Market advert, which is the advert that I'm playing in the background right now. So pretty much what happens is there's two jingles, and one of them goes comparethemarket.com, and then the other one goes comparethemeerkat.com, and then Alexander says that it doesn't even sound same, even though it sounds pretty much identical. They just changed one word, but that's pretty much a part of the joke. So I'm just gonna show I'm gonna show you the advert with sound, and I'm genuinely sorry for the low quality. I'm genuinely sorry because it does look pretty low quality, but this advert was made in 2009, so you can't really blame me.
Cheap car insurance, meerkats, two very different things. Listen there, jingle. Listen mine.
Compare the Meerkat.
Don't even sound same. Comparethemeerkat.com, comparethemarket.com. Simples.
Sergey's weight loss. So this entry is referring to a 2013 Compare the Market advert where pretty much Sergey eats loads of food, he becomes fat, and then he pretty much does loads of exercising and working out, and then he becomes his just normal self again. And yeah, so here's the advert with sound.
Sergey, you have beetle belly. Your toy does not. This is big problem. Toys are for smart people who go to comparethemarket.com and not my site, comparethemeerkat.com. Better. To collect highly accurate Meerkat toys by car or home insurance or switch energy, so comparethemarket.com. Simples!
New neighbour. So this entry is referring to, in one of the Compare the Market adverts, there's this weird clone version of Alexander. That's a really weird posh version of him. And he's pretty much the new neighbour. So pretty much this guy has pretty much just got everything better than Alexander. But there's one thing Alexander has better, and that's his bills. Bleepers. So this entry is referring to a video uploaded on Compare the Market's official account on YouTube, and pretty much what it is, it's Alexander like trying to like do his lines, but he keeps fucking it up. And pretty much this video's meant to like feel like it's actual bloopers in real life, because obviously you wouldn't have bloopers like this because he's CGI and he's animated and he isn't actually real. So it's just like pretending that he's actually in real life and he's actually doing these bloopers, even though he's actually not doing these bloopers. These are just made for jokes. So yeah, the Meerkats have a band. So this entry is referring to that the Meerkats have a band. You can see this on the screen right now. All the Meerkats are playing instruments. The song that they're actually playing is the Coronation Street intro, but it sounds different obviously, and it's a really chaotic remix, a really chaotic version of the Coronation Street intro. So yeah, and anyways, I'm gonna play it with sound now. Comic book. So this entry is referring to a comic book, and pretty much it was a comic book of Batman Alexander and Superman Sergey, and you could buy the comic book from the Compare the Market like website, and the comic book was called A Heroic Adventure. Wait, no, journey. So, a heroic journey. No, adventure. No, it's not called adventure. No, it's journey. Carl the Wombat plays cricket. So this entry is referring to that Carl the Wombat was at the 100 final. And if you don't know what that is, it's pretty much cricket. It was a cricket match, and pretty much he was there kind of as a special guest. So that kind of implies that Carl the Wombat plays cricket. So yeah, and anyways, well, it's not an advert, but he's the video with sound.
First up to bat, it's Carl Wombats. Carl, what are you doing? You are not playing in the hundreds.
And we have a special guest to bring that match ball onto this famous Lord's Field. Now, if you've been to matches at the 100 up and down the country, you will have noticed that nothing quite ever goes to plan when Carl's involved. Not here, Carl. Not here, Carl. Nowhere near the trophy, please. Not the trophy!
Food, glorious food. This entry is referring to a Compare the Market Meerkat Meals advert I just can't find anywhere, where they're singing and dancing about food and they're going food, glorious food, all that business, and yeah, I just can't find it anywhere, which is weird because you go back a month ago and you could search it up and it'd be right there. This entry is referring to a almost YTP like video of the first ever Compare the Market advert, and it shows Alexander, but his voice has been turned into part of a dubstep song, and I literally can't find it anywhere on YouTube similar to Food Glorious Food, which is a bit weird, because yet again, go back a couple months, you could search it up and it'd be right there. All Our Family Song. This entry is referring to a random song I recently found on YouTube called the All Our Family Song, sung by Alexander. It talks about his whole family, his whole extended family, everything, and the battle they had against mongooses, and the fact that he runs Compare the Meerkat and not Compare the Market. History of Meerkat Market, Part 1. This entry is referring to the second part of the history of Compare the Market, and it shows even more of the struggles that Alexander's ancestors had to go through to form Compare the Meerkat. Meerkat Motivationals. This entry is referring to a pretty large series of promotional videos, all made by Compare the Market, and they just show Alexander and Sergey running around giving people motivation about just random things. Batman Alexander and Superman Sergey soft toys. These were limited time soft toys that were part of the Meerkat movies and DC collaboration thingy that was going on, and I think you could win these alongside the comic book.
Family Guy intro reference, Meerkat Mondays. Okay, you cannot tell me. Look at this. You cannot tell me that this isn't a Family Guy reference. Look at it. It's pretty much identical. And just look at this last bit. What the fuck? So anyways, I'm gonna get the Family Guy intro and like this advert side by side. Like a side-by-side comparison to prove that it is a reference. It has to be.
Sing it, sir. It's Meerkat Mondays. Now Mondays unzuglich.
At Compare the Market, there's prizes every week.
It's Meerkat Mondays.
Putting Mondays on the map.
Just Compare the Market.
And please download the
Simples app.
See? I literally showed you a side-by-side comparison. You cannot deny. It looks nearly. It looks identical, bro. ITV idents. So this entry is referring to a bunch of IVT idents, and pretty much what they are, it's just like the weird Meerkat super villains, and pretty much the cutting lasers through the IVT logo. And that's pretty much it, and I found a compilation of all of them. So, he's the not the advert, he's the idents with sound.
ITV proudly present... Ooh.
Oh, sorry. They'll pay for any damages. Roll videotape.
ET reference. So this entry is referring to in one of the Compare the Market, well, sponsorship, like things that sponsor Coronation Street. You can see Sergey is riding Alexander around in I think it was a bike or a shopping trolley, and Alexander had the little blanket over his head, and that's pretty much a reference to the movie E.T. Star Wars adverts. So this entry is referring to that there was like loads of Star Wars, like, compare the market adverts pretty much advertising the Star Wars with plushies, well, the Meerkat Star Wars plushies. They made three Star Wars Meerkat plushies. They made a Star Wars version of Oleg, Star Wars version of Alexander, and a Star Wars version of Sergey. So yeah, Simon Greenall is the voice actor of Alexander. So this entry is referring to that a person called Simon Greenall, or I think that's how you say his name, pretty much he is the voice actor of Alexander Orlov in Compare the Market adverts. I'm not sure if he voices Sergey, but I'm guessing he voices Sergey as well, but I'm just taking a guess. But I don't think he voices the other Meerkats. But yeah, again, I don't know. So yeah. Oleg's dream song. So this entry is referring to Oleg. He has a dream, and then pretty much like he's in like loads of snow, and then like that one song from Frozen kind of plays, and then I forgot what the girl one was called, but like pretty much they make a snowman of Sergey. And yeah, Australia public message. So this entry is referring to a video of Alexander pretty much giving a public message to Australia, and he's pretty much telling the people of Australia to know the difference between Compare the Market and Compare the Meerkat. So here it is with sound.
Alexander Orlov presents a simple production. Exclusive Australia's public message. Shot on Betamax 5B, not 3D. Sergey, are we on yet? Okay. Action! Hello, Australians. This is public health message from Alexander, founder of comparethemeerkat.com.au. I'm worrying you're spending too much time in the sunshine or getting sand in your ears at Bondage Beach. You still don't get the difference between comparethemeerkat.com.au, where we compare meerkats, and comparethemarket.com.au, where you can compare health insurance. Please have medicals exam of your ears. Comparethemeerkat.com.au, comparethemarket.com.au. Simples.
Called the Wombat played cricket at Downing Street. This entry is referring to a picture that I found on Google while looking for pictures to put on the Iceberg chart, and it shows Alexander and Carl the Wombat playing cricket outside the Downing Street. Meerkat. This entry is referring to a series of podcast episodes made by Alexander, or posted by Alexander rather, made by Compare the Market, that just shows Alexander just interviewing random celebrities. Billboards. This entry is referring to a massive series of billboards that you could spot just by driving down the highway or wherever, and there's loads of them, and I genuinely can't find all of them, but here's all of them that I could find. Vitaly Meerkat is the logo. In the history of Compare the Market Part 2, you can actually see the Meerkat Vitaly. You can see he's doing the pose that is the logo of Compare the Market, so yeah, it's a cool little reference.
Sergey has a PS5. So this entry is referring to how on the computer market like website, on one of the pages where it says compare, and you could find cheaper, faster broadband, you can actually see a picture with a blue background of Sergey holding to PS5 DualShock or DualSense. I don't even know what the PS5 controllers are called anymore, and that pretty much implies that he has a PS5. So yeah, Food Glorious Food version 2. This entry is referring to a really short advert, and it has the Food Glorious Food song from another computer market advert, and pretty much this one, and at the end of this advert it says get 50% off when you go to Papa John's and Pizza Hut. So here's the advert with sound.
Food, glorious food. Get 50% off pizza 7 days a week with Meerkat meals. Only with the Meerkat app.
Yummy!
The golden paw is possibly a religious symbol. So this entry is referring to how the golden paw in this computer market advert, well, a Meerkat movie advert, and just look at it, it looks like it could be some religious symbol or something. Maybe like the main thing that represents the weird religion thing. And I think that this could be like a religion in the Meerkat universe, or just like a religion for the Meerkats or something. And just look at it, it's golden, and it just looks really important, like how religious symbols actually look. So that's what leaves me to believe that this potentially could be like a religion in the Meerkat universe. So yeah. Alexander and Sergey have been to Cine World. So this entry is referring to that the Meerkats could have potentially went to Cine World, which is pretty much just a cinema. I mean, there's loads of Cine World, so loads of the cinemas. But anyways, how everything looks, just the place in general, kind of reminds me of Cine World, because I've actually went to one before quite a lot of times. So it looks really similar to how Cine World looks. So that leaves me to believe that this that Alexander and Sergey are potentially been to Cine World. So yeah, Beauty and the Beast, Oleg and Diana. So this entry is referring to a compared to market advert, and it's pretty much advertising the Oleg and Diana Beauty and the Beast soft toys, and pretty much Diana is meant to be Bella, or Belle, or whatever you say, and then fucking Oleg is meant to be the Beast. So yeah.
Long ago, my great-granddaddy Vitaly was captain in the Russian Meerkat Home Guard.
Sir, Mongoose army in the valley! Mongoose!
So this entry is referring to a battle between all the Meerkats and all the mongooses, and pretty much Alexander's great-granddad, Vitaly, was pretty much the Russian leader of the army, and they just had a fucking massive battle. And something really funny about this is, that all the other Meerkats in the battle, all the ancestors and all that, were Meerkats who just looked like Alexander, but there was only one of them that looked like Sergey. Why only one of them? Is it because he's just older, or what? And also, something else that I realised is at the end of the advert, Alexander gets pretty much the Vitaly gear on, and I just gotta wonder, how did he get that? Did Fatali just give it to Alexander? I mean, I don't know how the I don't know, pass it down through generations or some weird shit like that, or that Alexander has like fought in battles himself, which means he could have been in fucking many fights with fucking fighting fucking mongooses and shit like that. And also, why does it fit Alexander absolutely perfectly? Why? He has to have been fighting to be given that. Like, come on.
Alexander was born in 1960. This entry is referring to the back of the book that I actually just can't find on Google anywhere that Monk can find, and what it is it describes the history of Alexander's whole life basically. It's kind of like a biography sort of thing, and it says that he was born in 1960, which means he'd be like 50 or 60 in current day. Truth serum. This entry is referring to an Australia exclusive advert made by Compare the Market that shows Alexander pretty much drugging some random fella with truth serum to find out who's been stealing his butter, which is mad because I'm pretty sure that's like CIA grade buddy, like trying to get people to talk methods. How does he get his hands on that? We'll never know. Alexander news interview. This entry is referring to the news interview that a news station in Australia called Today's News, I think, done an interview with Alexander on the news, and this is probably one of the least known things ever about the meerkats, which is why it's this low down. And it's actually pretty interesting because they're literally interviewing basically an early version of just camera tracking technology, but it's for Alexander.
Sergey worked for NASA. So this entry is referring to that in one of the Meerkat Tales books, like the Sergey one, in one of the pages there's a bit of information, and pretty much it says that Sergey in the 1980s, he used to work for NASA before he was head of IT in Compare the Meerkat movie promo van. So this entry is referring to a pretty much a van, like advertising, like a promotional van of Meerkat movies. Some channel on YouTube uploaded it in 2015, and I think you know what it is. It used to be like really popular, but I'm pretty sure it's like just like. I'm pretty sure like it just lost media now, or just no one goes on it. this entry is referring to a compare the market app called iSimple's app. You can't actually get this app anymore, so sadly this is technically lost media, but I did find one video about the iSimple's app. It was uploaded 2012 January 1st, so that was a pretty long time ago, and it had 3 modes. It had the mongoose detector, it had I'm trying to read that, video library, chatting my bobs. So the mongoose detector is pretty much Alexander and Sergey making loads of like sniffing noises to try and like detect mongooses, which is a reference to compare the market advert pretty much. And the video library was pretty much just like a place with like loads of the adverts, of compare the market adverts and videos, so you could watch it on the app as well as YouTube. And then the final one, like the final mode is chatting my bobs, and pretty much what it is, it's pretty much like a Alexander how do I say this? Like a soundboard thing, and pretty much you can make them say like loads of stuff like from the compare the market adverts, but he also has some new dialogue as well, so that's pretty cool. And also you can play like 3 songs, and you can kind of make a song out of all the random shit that he says, so yeah. And also this like app was exclusive to iPhone. I think you can tell that because it says iSimples, it's got I in the name, so yeah, it was exclusive to the iPhone, so yeah. That was the end of the Compare the Market Iceberg. We won't be doing a part 2, but we will be doing Special Ace, which is pretty much like a part 2, but not like a Monkey and Al like style part 2. It'll be a bit different if we do one. But anyways, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, comment if you want to, and with that, in a bit.